Namaste. This is your weekly reading for December 29th to January 4th with me, the Queen of Cups Montreal. This week we're using the Vision Quest Tarot, doing a spread I created in order to tap into the collective unconscious and your life path for the year ahead. Remember to stay tuned because at the end I will give you the crystal prescription to manifest your best year yet. For those of you who are new, I draw the cards beforehand so I can be as informative as possible and I don't get off on a tangent. Now that we're ready, let's begin.
Position 1 is the guiding principle of the light for the year ahead in the collective unconscious, and I will explain also how it relates to you on an individual level. So here we have the grandmother, and she would be the Empress in the traditional deck. She represents compassion, generosity of spirit. And let's face it, the world right now needs more love, and it starts in each one of us. You'll feel deep empathy this year for those you love and strangers alike. You may end up caregiving to one or more loved ones this year or receiving care in turn. So you may play the role of the grandmother or you may play the role of the grandchild here. The divine is helping us reconnect as the collective unconscious is helping us reconnect with love and kindness and will provide you with many opportunities to do so. With this in mind, I want you to remember to make yourself a priority. Put on your own oxygen mask before you put on someone else's. Self-care will be crucial this year. Another thing to keep in mind is while the world is in dire need of healing, you can't fix everything. We can't fix everything overnight. Don't take on all of your problems, your loved one's problems, or the world's problems in a day. Remember to stay tuned because at the end I'm going to give you some excellent healing crystals for grounding and anxiety reduction. Position 2 represents the guiding principle of the shadows for the year ahead. So in the world there's always light and shadow, or light and dark. The shadow card is pleasure. Pleasure is not a bad thing, but in this position, it suggests that you will be tempted to engage in hedonistic impulses this year. Everything's kind of up in the air. People are leaning on you. You're needing people. You might disappoint. You might be disappointed. So you might be prone to just kind of hide away from the world and embark on a path of selfishness or excess. Or you might see this in a lot of people. Now, how is self-care and hedonism different? Self-care is the loving pursuit of wellness. Hedonism or selfishness can actually lead you to engage in practices that are temporarily numbing or distracting, but ultimately harm you. Self-care is about enriching yourself. So try to plan this year for ample rest, self-care, personal development. These are good things to be selfish about. But don't get to the point where you're burnt out and you're throwing in the towel and you're falling headfirst into like this abyss of empty extravagance. So this is your warning card for the year ahead. Position 3 represents the first spiritual challenge you will face and the collective unconscious will face. So every year, this is the integration card, every year the collective unconscious awakens more to spirituality. It awakens more to our spiritual selves and the fact that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, spiritual calling, spiritual practice. Your spiritual challenge this year will be integrating your material existence, work, finances, and material gain or growth with your spiritual existence. So as I mentioned, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. All you light workers and empaths out there are noticing, hey, I'm not the only one having this awakening. So sometimes when we get wrapped up in our spiritual growth, we want to just give it all away. Work, house, car. We don't feel like we're satisfied in our work. Money's not satisfying us. But that's just not possible for a lot of us. It isn't wrong to make sure that you enjoy the abundance and blessings of the material world, But it's also important that you take time to enrich your spiritual journey. So it's about balance. And here it's about integration and weaving. You see how the birds are flying off of her quilting, of her tapestry, and yet she's weaving it all together. And that's what you have to think about when it comes to your spiritual life and your material life. This year will be all about balancing the two harmoniously. It'll be about prioritizing your needs, and being able to put aside that which doesn't serve you in the moment. I'll have some crystals at the end for some powerful spiritual energy and powers of manifestation. So remember to stay tuned. But this year is all about, even though you might want to throw in the towel completely on the material side, so work and money, or you may not find time for the spiritual side. It's about balancing the two, because that's just what is required in the real world. Position 4 represents your second spiritual challenge this year. And this year you will be called, this is the mother of air. This year you will be called on a journey of self-knowledge, self-acceptance, and self-respect. So self-knowledge is key here, and this is what the card's representing. And the rest that I mentioned, self-love, self-respect, is all secondary or tertiary benefits of self-knowledge. The bad news is that people will press your boundaries. They'll try and get the upper hand over you. The good news is you will learn through self-knowledge to set healthy boundaries. You will teach others how to treat you, and you will gain greater respect from those around you. And if somebody's not respecting your boundaries, that person sadly doesn't love you the right way. They're not the right person. Getting to know yourself for this reason can be a painful experience. You have to acknowledge some dark moments or some people in your past or present and explore how they've impacted you or are impacting you. You will need to acknowledge the great things about who you are and those things that you want to change. This year may start off very emotional for you. I'm feeling like 2020 is going to come in with a bang. But in the end, you will uncover your worthiness and power. You see how this woman is kind of set away from the village, so there's some spirit of isolation, and yet her spirit kind of soars above her, the eagle, a powerful symbol of freedom and prosperity, and yet she looks forward. What is to come? What's next? So this is a powerful card of self-knowledge and what will come from that. Position 5 and 6 will represent the positive changes you can expect this year. So here we have the 2 of water, which is love. That resonates really deeply with what you've seen thus far. Obviously, it's about compassion and kindness, avoiding selfishness while honoring self-care, integrating spirit with material, and then, of course, self-knowledge. So this is all about love. Once you get all that together, love is easy. Self-love, romantic love. So yes, it could be the love of a romantic partner, as I mentioned, a family member, a friend, or even somebody that's able to love you better. This doesn't have to be a new person. This could be somebody that loves you better because of your boundaries or because you're getting to know yourself. Don't dismiss the value of self-love. I know we all want like love from an external force, and you are more than deserving of that. But don't dismiss the value of self-love and how important that is in effect. So yes, we all want the love of somebody else, but your love counts as well. This will be a year of love and unity nonetheless. I feel like a lot of you are going to reconnect with another person, not just yourself. The second positive change you will experience is a breakthrough. I love this card. It makes me feel so good. This is a powerful year of manifestation for many of you. One or more of your dreams will manifest this year. 2020 is an angel number that means huge potential. Be thoughtful about what you want and about how you want to manifest, because 2020 is a powerful year that will serve as a portal of manifestation for many of you. Remember to frame your thoughts in positivity, abundance, abundant terms, as opposed to terms of negativity or lack and subtraction. So I want you to focus on um, putting out there in the universe what you want, not what you don't want. I want it to be a year of abundance and positivity, as opposed to I don't want to be broke again this year. So that's always like a small distinction that frames your blessings. The final card is your guiding principle or pledge or affirmation for the year ahead. So this card is going to be the gasoline that fuels your vehicle for the year ahead. And it is the 8 of Earth, an inner order. And it suggests you need to be patient with yourself, with others, with your progress. Give yourself freedom and the notion that you have control over everything in your life and a solution for every problem. Throw that out the window. Like, give yourself the freedom from that, and freedom from the shoulds. Inner order also suggests you should grow your faith in your higher power, sacred energy, or the universe and patterns, its pathways, its sacred geometry, the plans that are laid out for you. I believe there's something higher for all of us, and we should honor the fact that, hey, there's a plan for us bigger than what we see on the day-to-day. So for some people it's God, for some people it's the universe, it's a sacred energy. I'm not going to make that distinction for you, but I did put some affirmations together for you for the year ahead that may help. When I say the universe in the following affirmations, you can put God in here, you can put the law of attraction, the abundant, the sacred divine, my inner sanctity. Put whatever you want in there that really resonates. So here are a few of the affirmations that you can try out. I am making progress every day. I trust myself, my process, and my plan. The universe, or your higher power, loves me. The universe, or your higher power, has a plan for me. The universe, or your higher power, is generous. I am deserving, I am worthy, I am enough. I am a powerful agent of change in my own life. I will manifest my goals and dreams. I hope these will get you started. There are links in the video description below. Please comment on this video, or message me, or post on my social media. And share the mantras you've come up with if the ones I've laid out for you today have been of any use, and potentially share what you have come up with to help others and give them some inspiration. Now, for your healing crystals for the year ahead, I want you to have some grounding crystals. We've talked about it before. The value of grounding crystals is that they give us calmness. They often transmute negativity and ugliness in others and ourselves. They help bring calm, stability, and they help center us. So here I have some hematite, some snowflake obsidian, and some black tourmaline. These are all great crystals, and you should have at least one black or dark or gray stone in every crystal collection, especially for the year ahead. Okay. Next, we have for anxiety, because there's going to be a lot of change going into this new year, 2020, and also throughout the year. We discussed the challenges you have ahead. So for that, I want you to have some blue lace agate, which I've showed you before, some pink Botswana agate, some rose quartz, some amethyst is also very helpful. And these are great stones. And also don't forget that the snowflake obsidian, black tourmaline, hematite also help for anxiety and stress. You may want to get some, blue stones are also very good. The blue lace agate I mentioned, the amazonite, sodalite, these are all good things for anxiety and to think straight. We can't think straight if we're stressed out. Crystals for spiritual growth and spiritual gifts. You're going to feel like throwing in the towel in one way or the other this year, be it for material, like, oh, I'm tired of this rat race, or for spiritual, I don't have time to work on me. So to help generate those feelings, some selenite, some kyanite, and some amethyst are all really powerful. And then I want to bring you back to blue quartz, which is really affordable. And we have sodalite as well. Very, very powerful crystals for spiritual well-being and spiritual oneness. Okay, and then finally, I want you to have some powerful crystals for manifestation. This is citrine, great for optimism, manifestation, to feel good about yourself, to get in touch with the solar plexus chakra, to really feel your personal power and drive. I want you to have that. I also want you to have clear quartz. And it's really simple, easy to find, very affordable, and it's a great stone to amplify any energy that you need. So paired with citrine, it will help boost that motivation, that optimism. Paired with kyanite, blue kyanite, it'll help manifest that spiritual energy, that fifth dimensional light. Okay, so clear quartz is just good to have. It's important to have. Green aventurine is a powerful stone of opportunity and financial gain, growth, and the material side. So that'll just help you manifest a lot of your goals and dreams that we talked about that are going to come to pass this year. And then finally, carnelian, another affordable stone. It's a form of agate, and it's great for courage. For motivation again, leadership, optimism, and it also attracts good financial opportunities. So this is a good one to have as well, and it's really affordable. So I always try and suggest the most affordable, easy to find stones. Kyanite might be a little bit up there, hematite might be a bit up there, but otherwise these stones are always really affordable. I have been the Queen of Cups Montreal. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share. Ring the bell. I do come with a new reading every week without fail. Be sure to subscribe, as I mentioned, and ring the bell. Don't miss next week's reading. I keep them coming every week, rain or shine. You will also find links for my services and healing crystals in the video description below. I make bundles of crystals that may help you. I also make healing crystal jewelry. Thank you for joining me. Have a great week. I hope you just passed a Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or a joyous Yule. And I do wish you a Happy New Year. Set your intentions early or late. It's never too early or too late to set your intentions for the year ahead. Just be purposeful. Okay, guys, for this week and for the year ahead, remember to love all and harm none and extend this grace to yourself. Namaste, guys.